Endogamy and the hidden war inside our cells, the science of bloodline. What if the story of your family was written not just in your history, but in your very cells? What if the same traditions that unite families could also weaken the code of life itself? Every one of us carries within our cells a library, 25,000 genes arranged across 46 chromosomes. They're the architects of your existence, deciding how you grow, heal, and survive. But when generations stay within the same genetic circle, something unexpected begins to happen. A quiet struggle unfolds, not in society, but deep inside our chromosomes. Today, we uncover how endogamy, marrying within close kin, affects the very blueprint of life. Problem of recessive genes. Each of us carries silent errors in our DNA, recessive defective genes. Alone, they're harmless, but when two identical recessive genes meet, the result can be devastating. In endogamous unions, where ancestry overlaps, these hidden defects are more likely to pair up. And when that happens, disorders begin to appear. Thalassemia, cystic fibrosis, muscular dystrophy, congenital blindness or deafness, neurological and developmental disorders. When both parents share the same mutation, the gene becomes homozygous, meaning both copies are defective. The cell can no longer produce the right protein. The result, a tiny molecular flaw becomes a visible human tragedy. Chromosomal effects. Inside every cell, chromosomes come in pairs. One from your mother, one from your father. During reproduction, these pairs exchange bits of DNA, a beautiful process called recombination. Recombination is nature's way of keeping life healthy. It removes harmful mutations, introduces variety, and strengthens future generations. But in endogamous marriages, genetic material becomes too similar. Recombination loses its creative spark. Instead of cleansing the DNA, it starts repeating the same errors. This leads to chromosomal instability, errors during cell division, DNA repair failure, mutations that stay and multiply, reduced immunity and adaptability, cells that can't keep up with stress. Over time, genetic diversity, called heterozygosity, fades away, and what remains is homozygosity, the repetition of weakness. The cellular consequences. Cells are built to survive change, but only if they're diverse. When diversity shrinks, cells lose flexibility. They become fragile, slow, and easily damaged. In such conditions, one of two things happens. Cells die too early, or they grow uncontrollably. Either way, the harmony of life breaks down. Populations that have practiced endogamy for centuries often show patterns: lower fertility, higher genetic disorders, and weaker immune systems. What once began as a social custom ends up shaping biology itself. Nature's solution: genetic mixing. Yet nature has its own way to heal. The answer lies in exogamy, marrying outside close kin. When unrelated genes meet, they bring freshness. Hidden defects cancel out, chromosomes strengthen, and new variations arise. Cells regain their vitality. DNA repair improves. The next generation becomes more adaptable, more alive. This is nature's design, not to isolate, but to mix, to keep the stream of life flowing freely. Conclusion. Endogamy confines life within a narrow circle, repeating the same weaknesses generation after generation. Exogamy opens that circle, allowing diversity, adaptability, and balance to flourish. At the cellular level, life doesn't thrive in isolation. It thrives in connection. Just as rivers stay pure by flowing, human life stays strong by mixing. So when we speak of tradition or identity, let's also remember the silent wisdom of our DNA. Because the story of life is not just about where we come from, it's about how we evolve together.